this expression here can be read as 5 raised to 7 or 5 raised to the power of 7. 7 is the index. 7 is the index or the exponent or the power of the expression here or the number here, and 5 is the base. 7 tells us how many times 5 is multiplied by itself. So normally the exponent tells us, or the power tells us, how many times the base is multiplied by itself. Now, if we have this to do 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, so we see that we have 5 multiplying itself 7 times. Another way of writing this is just writing 5 raised to the power of 7. By the way, just the word I wanted to say is that 5 raised to 1 is the same as 5. We just normally don't write the 1. Now let's look at another example. We have 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. So we have 2 raised to 3, and then we have 3 multiplied by itself twice. So we have 3 raised to 2. So this 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 is equal to 2 raised to 3 times 3 raised to 2. Just a word of caution, I want to say that 2 raised to 3 is not equal to 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 2 raised to 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, and it's equal to 8. Now, when we multiply indices, normally we have these. When we multiply indices, all we do is to add the powers of the if the base, the same basis. You see, if 2 and 2 are the same, they have the same base. The indices 2 raised to 2 and 2 raised to 2, they have the same basis. So all I do is to add their powers. So I get 2 plus 2, and I have 4 here. And now with the base 3 and 3 here, I just have to add the powers. I have 3 plus 2, and that gives me 5. So this here is equal to 2 raised to 4 times 3 raised to 5. It could also be a variable. It's not necessary that this should be numbers. When they are variables, it's the same thing. You add the powers. So we have x, which are the bases. So we have 2 plus 2, that gives us 4. And then we have the y's. We have 3 plus 2, that gives us 5. Now, this is when we are multiplying indices. But when we are dividing indices, what we do is we subtract the powers. So if we have the powers of the same basis, 2 and 2 here, if this were to be 3, I wouldn't, and I cannot subtract the powers. Since these are 2 and 2, I can subtract. So I have 10 minus 2, which gives me 2 raised to the power of 8. And I did a similar thing with x and x. I just write x, and then I subtract their powers to get 8. And when we are taking the power of a number, which has already been raised to a power. So we have 2 is already raised to 3. What we have to do is we have to multiply the values of these powers. So if we have 2 raised to 3 and everything raised to 4, I just put my 2 here and then I multiply the powers. 3 times 4 and I get 12. Thank you.